Hi everyone and welcome to our lesson, Unit Fractions of a Whole. It's also lesson 8.3. We have some new vocabulary words. The first vocabulary word is fraction. A fraction is a number that names part of a whole or part of a group. In a fraction, the top number tells how many equal parts are being counted. Here's our top number. The bottom number tells how many equal parts are in the whole or in the group. Here is our bottom number. Our next vocabulary word is unit fraction. A unit fraction names one equal part of a whole. It has 1 as its top number. 1/6 is a unit fraction. The unlock the problem. It says Luke's family picked strawberries. They put the washed strawberries in one part of the fruit platter. The platter had 6 equal parts. What fraction of the fruit platter had strawberries? Well, find part of a whole. Here they already have the tray or the platter, and it is divided into 6 equal pieces. It says shade 1 of the 6 parts. So let's say we shaded in this section right here. We would read it as 1/6. And we would write it as 1/6. So 1/6 of the fruit platter had strawberries. Use a fraction to find a whole. This shape, so the square, is 1/4 of the whole. Here are examples of what the whole could look like. So if each square equals 1/4, we would have 1/4 plus another 1/4 plus another 1/4 and another 1/4. Well, that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths. So 4 of these equals 1 whole. For B, this is the same. These all equal 1 whole because this is a fourth, this is a fourth, this is a fourth, and this is a fourth. So there's 4 of them, which means 4 fourths is a whole. You can see there's still 4 squares. They're just laid out differently. And then for C, here's another way that even though it doesn't look like A or B, there's still 4 1/4, which would make 1 whole. We're going to skip the try this for right now, and we're going to go to the share and show. It says, what fraction names the shaded part? Well, how many pieces do we have? How many equal pieces? We have 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. So that's going to go on my bottom. Because the number of pieces, the total number of pieces always goes on the bottom. How many are shaded? Well, if you look, there's only 1. So we could say that 1/3 is shaded because 1 out of the 3 pieces is shaded. For number 2, they want us to write the number of equal parts in the whole. Then write the fraction that names the shaded part. Well, we look at number 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to say, you would write on this first line, there's 6 equal parts. How many of those equal parts are shaded? Well, 1. So the fraction we would write down here on the bottom is 1/6. For number 3, how many equal parts do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 equal parts. So the 8's going to go on the bottom. How many of those equal parts are shaded? 1. So 1/8 would go down here on this bottom. And number 4, how many equal parts are there? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 equal parts. So the 3 is going to go on our bottom of our fraction. How many are shaded? 1. So on this bottom line, we're going to write 1/3. For number 5, how many equal parts are there? There's 1, 2 equal parts. So we would write 2 here on this line. And how many of those equal parts are shaded? 1. So the 2 goes on the bottom because it's the number of equal parts. And then 1 goes on the top because it's how many are shaded. So 1/2 is how we could say that, and it goes down here on this line. Number 6, how many equal parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 equal parts. So our 4 is going to go down at the bottom of our fraction. How many are shaded? 1. So we would say this is 1/4, and that's going to be wrote right down here. And number 7, how many equal pieces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 equal pieces, or 8 equal parts, sorry. That's going to go here. And since there's 8 equal parts, this is going to go in the denominator, or the bottom number. And then how many are shaded? 1. So that's going to go on top. So 1/8 is how we would say this, and it's going to go down here on the bottom. For number 8, 9, and 10, they want us to do the same thing. They want us to write the number of equal parts in the whole, then write the fraction that names the shaded part. Well, if we see, we have, for number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So that's going to go on the first line. Since there's 4 equal parts, it's going to go on the bottom. And then how many are shaded? 1. For number 9, how many equal parts are there? 1, 2. So the 2 is going to go here, 2 equal parts. Since there's 2 equal parts, it's going to go on the bottom. And how many are shaded? 1. So we would say this is 1/2, and that's going to go here on this line. And then number 10, we have 1, 2, 3 equal parts. So it's going to go here. Since we have 3 equal parts, that's going to go on the bottom. And how many of those equal parts are shaded? 1. For number 11, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts. Since we have 8 equal parts, the 8 is going to go on the bottom. How many of those parts are shaded? 1. We would call this 1/8. So 8 equal parts, 1/8 goes on the bottom. And then number 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. So the 6 is going to go here. Since the 6 is the equal parts, it's going to go on the bottom. How many of those parts are shaded? Well, if we look, there's only 1. So we would call this 1/6, and that would go down here. Now, for numbers 14, 15, 16, and 17, it says draw a picture of the whole. Now, 14 says 1/2 is. If it's 1/2, the bottom number tells us how many pieces there are. Well, this says there's 2 pieces, but we only see 1. So what we would need to do, and I'm going to do my best to draw these, this is the piece that we already have. You would need to draw the other half, and I'm doing that in red, to make the one whole. So the green on my end would be the piece that they already have there for you. Okay, that's the shaded piece. So there's 2 pieces now, and that shows our bottom number. How many of those pieces are shaded? Just 1. For number 15, it says 1/3 is. Well, the 1 piece is already shaded. So we need to, this is the piece that's already shaded. We need to have 3 total pieces because that's what the bottom number is telling us. So here's the 1 shaded piece already. Then we would add another piece and another piece. So then that would give us 1, 2, 3 total pieces with 1 that is shaded in. For number 16, 1/6 is. Our bottom number tells us that we need 6 equal pieces. They already have given us 1, and that's our 1 that is shaded. Okay, so I'm going to just scribble this in here. And then we know we need to add 5 more. So here would be 1. Then we would have 2. Then we would have 3, 4, and 5. So now if we count, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal pieces, just like the bottom number says, and then 1 is shaded. And our last problem, number 17, says 1/4 is. Well, here's our 1 piece that is already shaded. So let me get that 1 piece that's already shaded. And we would have to add 3 more to give us 4 total pieces. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 total pieces like the bottom tells us, and only 1 is shaded.